Whenever the white left-wing Democrats are in trouble, they try and stoke racism or race battles in this country. They've done it for so long. They've done it for 140, 150 years. Always seems to work for them. It upsets minorities, keeps them in the fold, so to speak, puts conservatives or others on the defense. These are the people who run a party that stood for racism for the longest time, that fought human rights, that rejected the Declaration of Independence. Now they lecture us. But all they need is a pretense. And notice how they all sound the same and talk the same. They're so devoid of substance. They're so incapable of a real debate. They get desperate. They're cornered like rats. And so this is what comes up. Now, they did this against their own, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, during the primary. It seemed to work. So let's do it again. And so now we have Jimmy Carter right on schedule, the anti-Jew, the anti-Semite. That's what he is. Nasty old man. And he's interviewed by Brian Williams of NBC Snooze. Brian Williams, who I believe was an intern or a White House fellow during the Carter administration. They're all over the damn place, folks. But a hat tip to DrudgeReport.com and Real Clear Politics. The clip is less than a minute, but let's listen to this guy who they woke up. They woke up from his long daily snooze. They wound him up, pushed him in our direction. Let's hear what the anti-Semite had to say. Jimmy Carter, go.
I think an overwhelming portion of the intensely demonstrated animosity toward President Barack Obama is based on the fact that he is a black man, that he's African American. I live in the South, and I've seen the South come a long way, and I've seen the rest of the country that shared the South's attitude toward minority groups at that time, particularly African Americans. That racism inclination still exists, and I think it's bubbled up to the surface.
Now that's enough. Shut up, you idiot. You damn fool. You Hamas, Hezbollah supporter. Shut up, you idiot, who gave us the Iranian terror regime that exists today, who sat there while the Soviets rolled into Afghanistan. I know what we'll do. We'll boycott the Olympics. Who allowed the communists to spread in our own hemisphere in Latin America. You loser. Shut up. And on top of that, drove interest rates, unemployment to double digits, inflation to double digits. You're a walking, talking misery buffoon. How dare you pass judgment on anyone who questions Barack Obama? Obama was elected president, for God's sakes, by almost 53% of the American people. And yet if anyone objects, you know what? Should never have ran a candidate against him. That's racist. No, can't run against him. He has the most radical agenda. Now, folks, is the notion that if he were a really, really white guy, that we wouldn't be objecting to what he's trying to do to health care? We objected to Bill Clinton all the time. Is he black? No, last time I checked, he was white too. I mean, this is sickening. Absolutely sickening. What is it that these folks are trying to do? What's their end game here? They want some kind of a race war? I don't quite get it. If government-run, authoritarian, top-down, Soviet-style healthcare is so great, why are you losing independence? Why did the majority of the American people reject it? If it's so great, is it because Obama's black? I mean, look at how they view you. Now, if they impose this healthcare system on us, it'll be awful for blacks and Hispanics and Asians and Indians and whites, and women and men and straights and gays, Jews, Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Buddha, atheists. It's going to be miserable for everybody. The fact that some of us know it and see it and are fighting it, regardless of race and gender and all the rest, is a good thing. But this constant ripping at the fabric of this society. So what? The idiots from the South. The hell does that mean? He's from the South. Great, I'm from the North. Well, what? What? I mean, this is pathetic. And I'm going to tell you something. They are turning off. And you know who knows this? Axelrod and Emmanuel. They know that they're turning off more and more Americans with this race stuff. Because people don't like it. People don't like it. The vast majority of the House is made up of white, liberal men. Same with the Senate. And we object to this, whether whites support it, men support it, blacks support it, browns support it, women support it, in Congress and in the White House. We make our case on the practical level, on the philosophical level, and on the human level. That's the overarching case. So, my God, the racism that exists on the left, the racism and the willingness to use that tactic repeatedly is so contemptible and irresponsible. But they don't care. They will do anything for power. They will do anything to win the day. They will do anything to impose their will on us. This is why people march. This is why they attend town hall meetings. This is why they go to tea parties. This is why they're going to vote in the next election and throw some of these bums out. Now, Jimmy Carter was a failed president. He's a failed former president. And he's got a very broad, deep anti-Semitic streak, in my humble opinion, and I've said it many times. So why is he on with Brian Williams? What does Jimmy Carter have to offer? The fact that he's an ex-president, is that it? No, because Brian Williams and his producers want you to hear what this useful idiot has to say, because they have a storyline that they're pushing. These reporters and these anchormen, they decide who they're going to use at any given time, and they cherry pick. Let's bring Carter out. We know what he's going to say, so they drag him out and he says it. Now keep in mind, these are the same lily-white liberals who trashed Clarence Thomas. Trashed him. Tried to destroy him. These are the same lily-white liberals who trashed Miguel Estrada. Tried to destroy the man. And I can go down the list. But of course, they weren't racists. They were standing up for principle, equality, justice, righteousness. How dare we question the president? And look how they think. Because Obama is black, and the fact is he's half black and half white, and because he's half black and half white, he shouldn't go through the same grinder as prior presidents?